Hello, everyone. We are here today again with our friend Karla Kyte, who is a divorce mortgage lending professional. And we are going to talk a little bit today, not so much about divorce, but just about the market, where things are. And a lot of people that are looking to put their houses on the market this spring might need to be able to figure out what they're going to do next before they put their house on the market. Like, can you sell before you buy and that type of thing? So that's our topic today. And welcome, Karla. Good to see you.
Thank you so much. So actually, it's can you buy before you sell?
Yeah, thank you.
That's all
Can you
right.
buy before you sell? I said that totally
That's a
backwards.
good
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
It's where my cold brain is because it's been in the zeros. So Karla just got back from vacation and I've been here in the coldness. So that's my excuse today.
All good. All good. Yeah. Yeah.
So what
So
are your thoughts around that?
yeah. So I just think that people just don't get prepared like they should. As a lender, I think, anytime that we're dealing with somebody that has a property to sell and they're looking to buy, whether they're moving up or moving down or moving out, moving in, right? Whatever.
Mhm.
Um, that's the first thing that we look at is, can this person, now they might not, but can they? We just want to know, can they possibly buy a new home before they sell their current home?
Right.
And that is important because as professionals in this area, you and I both know that um, people will find the house of their dreams on a certain Saturday, right?
Yep.
Um,
Not even looking a lot of times. I have a lot of clients that have texted me lately and said, "Hey, we want to go look at this house." And I said, "Oh, great. I didn't know you were in the market."
right.
So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Or like, just, like you live in this neighborhood and there's this one house that you've always loved, and boom,
Yeah.
it pops on the market one day and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, could I buy that? Just
Right.
that happens all the time.
Right.
Which is, by the way, why we have our team on call 7 days a week until 8 o'clock every night, because we know that this happens all the time.
Right. Good to know.
Um, yeah. But I think like a good example is like for myself, before we moved into the home that we're in now, we knew that we wanted to move. We were open to just kind of whenever, we weren't sure. We really wanted to find the right property in the right area, and that's exactly how it happened. I actually found the property when I was looking online and I was in Arizona,
Oh,
and I stumbled on it. But we were ready because we had a plan in place. That part of that plan was that we had put a sizable home equity line of credit on our current home. We had a
okay.
ton of equity. And so we had a plan, and we knew when we found that house that we could make a move that quick. Which we were fortunate because the home that we ended up buying had been under contract previously and was
Mm,
back on the market. And we were up against a couple of offers. It was spring of 2019, so it was not that heavy
okay.
season, but it was still,
Yeah.
it was spring, summer of 2019. But
Right.
it was important to have a plan and understand how to execute that plan. Now is a really great time if you have your house on the market, or you're even in the mindset that we were in, where we weren't even sure when, if we were moving, but to just meet with a lender and come up with a plan in case you do find something that you
Find,
want
yeah,
to move
what
to.
you're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
So you guys did the HELOC. I've done that before as well. What does that look like? I mean, I know you've said before that you have a couple of partners. I think I'm trying to remember, it wasn't Sierra Credit Union, it was another credit union that you
yeah,
guys
I refer
said,
to Belco quite a
oh,
bit.
yeah, okay.
But there's a couple of others too.
Okay.
Yeah, like the key is this. If you're planning on making this move, and this is what you want to do, is take out the HELOC to exercise the equity in your home to put into your new home.
Right.
It's important that you get that HELOC put in place. Now, if you say like, yeah, this is what we're doing right away, and we're moving, they're not going to do a free HELOC for you because it's free.
Okay.
Like in our case, we actually took out the HELOC a year and a half before we made the move.
Okay.
So, there's nothing wrong with taking out a HELOC and using it for this purpose. But if you go to the bank and you say, yeah, I need to take out a HELOC because I'm going to use that money to move into my new home and then I'm going to turn around and sell my
Not
home,
mine. Yeah.
they're not going to do it for you because it's a free HELOC and they're not going to make any money off of you.
Yeah.
Um, Vectra Bank actually has an option where they'll actually do the HELOC for you even if your current home is under contract. So
Oh,
like you told me you have 5 listings going right now. So let's just say that one of those people, they were under contract, but let's say that they found the house of their dreams, but it was competitive and they wouldn't
right.
take a contingent offer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sale of one of your homes. So Vectra will actually come in and do that HELOC and they charge, I think it's $1,000 early payoff fee.
Oh,
So
that's not bad at all. Wow.
no, so they're actually doing this HELOC and they're going to make $1,000 off of it, plus that short term of interest of you pulling out whatever, two, three
Right.
hundred thousand to put down on the new home. You'll have that for a couple of weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
really great
That's
option.
That is a really great option. So when
Mhm.
people come to you during the spring, like I said, I've got a lot of sellers that are moving. I've got a few buyers, but mostly sellers right now, which, is not a bad problem to have.
Yeah.
But as far as people coming to you guys and saying, okay, it's springtime, this is what we're doing, like how much time do you feel like people need to, if they want to sell this summer, is obviously we're 4 months out. If they want to put their home on the market in May, they should have plenty of time right now, but they need to be talking to a lender and figuring out kind of what they're looking to do
Yeah.
now versus another month or two.
Yeah. And like, we're not scary. We just want to help you come up with a plan, right? Like,
Right, right.
because like knowledge is power and it
Sure.
save you a lot of time staying awake at night trying to figure out how am I going to make this move, right?
Right.
Especially if you have young children and you know you could probably sell your house for more if you'd get out of it, right? So if
Yeah,
you could make that buy before you sell, you could potentially make more money off of the sale of your home also. So
good point.
the key, right, is you've got to get the HELOC in place. And then you have to make sure that you're going to qualify for all those payments. You have to qualify for your current payment, your HELOC payment, and the new payment.
Right. Okay. And yeah, that can be a lot.
Right. And so sometimes it's not possible, but I think you'd want to know that also, because
Right.
if it's not possible for you to make that move like that, then you're probably going to put off looking until you get your house under contract.
Mhm.
Um, because heading into the springtime, a contingent offer is not super attractive,
Right.
especially a lengthy contingent offer is not.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And we were talking a little bit before. I was just telling you that over the last 2 weeks, I've had three new listings go on the market, and one of them was a townhome in Longmont, and those don't turn over very often. And I had a bunch of people looking at it, and I had two people that looked at it that their agents came back and said they loved it. It's the right place. It's everything, but they have to sell a house first, and they haven't even thought about that yet. So that's to your point. That's exactly what a lot of people are doing.
yeah. So
So
hopefully people like that, the light bulb goes off and they go down that path and try to figure this out.
yeah,
And part of that too, honestly, Carol, I think that's the realtor's duty, right? To question those people. And it's fine. Those realtors may have they might have gone to the open house themselves, or maybe the realtor told them, yeah, go
yeah,
check it out, whatever. But hey, if you guys are serious about making a move or even semi-serious,
right.
let's get with the lender and let's come up with a
Yeah,
plan and let's see, is it possible for you to do these things that you want to do?
right.
Sometimes even like one of the things that we've done for a couple of people, because it is hard to qualify, right? Your current payment, your HELOC payment, and this new payment
Hmm.
with a higher interest rate.
Yep.
And maybe you're not putting down quite as much as you could. Um, because sometimes you want to access just enough to put down on the new house because you don't want a huge HELOC payment because that can
Right.
knock you out of qualifying, right? So
Right.
it's a lot of strategic planning that we're doing with them.
Sure.
But also sometimes you might need like a family member to help you co-sign for that new home. But with as high as rates are right now, you're going to have a plan to refinance down the road anyway.
Right.
So this is not, if you're a good solid client, your family will probably help you out in that co-signing area. So they could co-sign for you now to buy the new place. And then when it's time to refi in a year or maybe 2 years, I think it'll happen sooner than that. But when it
Yeah.
comes time to refi, then you can remove that family member.
Right. Yeah. That's a great
So
thing to do.
yeah, it's all about finding the solution, right?
Right.
To make that timing work. The timing can be really hard.
Now, has your practice been seeing many first-time home buyers getting into the market right now? And if so, what is that looking like?
Definitely on the lending side. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my practice is a lot of divorce work. So
Yeah.
that's not usually first time home buyers, to be totally honest with you.
Right.
But yes, no, we have numerous first time home buyers come through. And that's really, so my daughter is my business partner.
Hmm.
That's really her jam. I mean, she spends a lot of time with the first time home buyers, make sure that they understand it enough that they feel comfortable. We're not going to go through teaching them how to do a mortgage, but we want them to feel confident and comfortable in the decisions that they're making. And
And know the process. I found that's
yeah,
probably the key thing is they have no idea. Like I've had people that say, "Oh, great. Okay, so we've already saved $5,000." And then they save the 5,000 and that's their earnest money. And now you have to pay for the appraisal or the inspection.
yeah,
And you can't, so they just need to know the whole process and what to expect. So as
yeah.
they move
And
forward. Yeah.
like, do they need down payment assistance? Like, what programs are out there? So, perfect example. I had some first-time home buyers. They did an application with us. And then for whatever reason, they kept putting off. We always do a mortgage planning meeting
Okay.
with all of our buyers, but especially our first-time home buyers. And that mortgage planning meeting is 30 to 45 minutes. We go over all the questions that they have. We show them different scenarios. Hopefully, they'll have a couple of properties in mind that they just are curious about.
Right.
And so these particular clients, they went through the application process and then did not schedule their mortgage planning meeting, even though we attempted several times. And then, boom, they went out and saw this house and they loved it. And they wanted
Yeah.
to go back and make an offer. And the agent was excited, everybody was excited. And I looked at their application and I looked at what they were paying for rent. And I thought, do these guys have any idea
Yeah.
what this is going to be for them? And I thought maybe they had access to some more money, like in terms of gift funds, because I knew the parents
Right.
and so on. Um, when I finally got them on the phone, which was literally they were getting ready to go out for a second showing at this house within a couple hours.
Yeah.
When I got them on the phone, it was like dead silence when I told them what they would need cash to close and what their monthly mortgage payment would be. The mortgage payment was like $2,000 more a month than what they were prepared for. They
Wow.
just had no
No
idea,
idea.
right?
Yeah.
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 So it's just, that's frustrating for us. And that's where we need help from our real estate partners
Right.
to say, hey,
Be
do you guys
prepared.
know?
Yeah.
Right. Have you had your mortgage planning meeting with,
Right.
with Kelsey yet?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Right.
So yeah, those meetings are so great. And it's important. It's important that they have at least a little bit of an understanding of the process and what
Hmm.
all it entails. Because it's
Yeah.
big, especially
Yeah.
for
It is
first-time
big.
home buyers.
Yeah. Because they have no idea really, especially with the rates the
Yeah.
way they are right now too. I mean, like you said, 2,000 more than what they were expecting. That's a lot.
I mean, that's more than my first mortgage payment was.
Yeah.
That difference, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's really, really important To me, I don't care when you're buying. I want you to apply and I want to have that mortgage planning meeting with you. And then if you can't buy for a year or even 2 years, that's okay. At least you
Yeah.
know, right?
Yep. At least we're ready to go and you know what to expect
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, very good information for our viewers today. We are both available for chats anytime. I've got our information. We'll put this on YouTube and our other social media platforms. And you can reach out to Karla and her team if you need to talk about lending or anything lending related. And you can reach out to me and my team for anything real estate related, getting your home ready for the spring market or anything like that. So thank you so much, Karla.
Thank you. Thanks, Carol.
Bye.
Bye.